Well, here we are in our garden. Let's give you a little tour. We've put quite a bit of work into our little slice of heaven this year. We just had some torrential rain, so some things are kind of flattened, but I have here, there's my finger, some watermelon, which is not doing quite as well as I had hoped. But we have here our cucumbers, have a couple of those plants that are doing beautifully. Over here we have some pepper plants. We've got different colors, green and red. Oh, I'm sorry, these are string beans, bush beans. These here, that's our pepper plant. We have our beefsteak tomatoes. We have several of those. Here, this is our cherry tomato plant. We'll see how that does. I planted some red onion. And then our little flowers to keep the bees pollinating. Some more little pepper plants that I guess aren't quite getting as much sun as they need. And some more beans and cucumbers. So we'll see what kind of a harvest we get. All right, now over here, these ferns have been coming up every year for 20 plus years. They were put in by the previous owners and they come up like this every year. I absolutely love these ferns. They're beautiful. I have some of my pansies that I can't find a place to get them out of the sun where they'll actually thrive. So hopefully by the ferns they'll do well. Over here we have our spirea that is really starting to bloom. The bees love that. Some arborvitaes. Kathy, this is the lamb's ear that you gave me that's doing beautifully. And here's my little bird sanctuary with my little bird feeders and bird bath. And I have these crazy pumpkin faces out here to keep the hawks away. Ever since poor Harriet the dove got carried away for dinner, I've been putting things out to keep those monsters away. Here is my butterfly bush. I've been wanting one of those for a very long time. Here's our flowering sage that the flowers are off mostly now, but the bees and butterflies love this plant. I had taken some of our water lilies from the side of the house, tiger lilies, I'm sorry, from the side of the house, and thinned them out and put them in some containers. They don't bloom the first year after being transplanted, but hopefully next year we'll get some blooms. And then some of my favorites, I love our maiden grasses here. They really fill out the garden area quite nicely. And then here's our pool shed. And then last year, Greg planted some beautiful red maiden grass that came up with cat's tails, but they just didn't come back this year. So, and here we have our, oh my goodness, peonies. So because of the big rain, they turned a lot of them brown, but some of these peonies, yeah, hopefully we got some more opening up. The ants crawl all through them and open them up, and they smell so fragrant and beautiful. These are our iris that already bloomed, and we have a elephant, oh, I can't think of the name of it right now. Elephant hosta. So that was a cutting from our neighbor's yard. Our daffodils are spent, but we've got some more hosta back here. And this tree here is an Andromeda bush. And the bells already came and went, but this has little clumps of beautiful white bells that hang upside down that are actually poisonous, but they smell so fragrant. Oh, here's one last iris that is still sticking around. They're all going to seed now, and some more hosta. So I'm going to walk around to the front. Here's my little planters that are a little waterlogged right now, but I have some spices, some herbs here, some rosemary and some sage, some more rosemary and lemon balm. And I have no idea what these yellow flowers are, but I absolutely love them. They're such a bright, sunny yellow. They're so pretty. Okay, let's take a walk around to the front. Oh, and Kathy, here's our shed. And here's my nice, neat little gardening shelf. When I did this about 2 months ago, Greg came in and he yelled at me because he said I was making it into a she shed. So only one shelf. That's not bad. Then here's all our wood so we can burn in fire pits and stay warm this upcoming winter time. Some new bushes here that have a Polish name, like Wigelia. I think that's what they're called. I can't remember. All right, more wood that needs to be split. Okay. So more little flowers. And these are primrose. They were inside and they were not blooming. I got them to bloom by being outside, but then they got waterlogged. And my snake plant is doing great outside. And this plant here, believe it or not, I found when my father died in '99, there was a cutting of that I found outside, and 20 plus years later I still have it going. So here is a new tree. We had taken down the crabapple tree that was here for eons, and this is our new pink dogwood tree. And then over here we have a new tree that, for the life of me, I can't think of the name of it, but it has little teeny tiny purple flowers in the springtime and it's absolutely beautiful. Here's our holly that comes up every year. We have to trim it down so we can actually see out our living room window. Our zebra grass. And here are all of the tiger lilies that were planted by our previous owner. They still need to be thinned out a little bit because they don't bloom quite as much as they used to. And then back here some more hosta and some spent daffodils. And that is it. I don't have a nice little fairy living in my yard like you do. You'll have to have your fairy send us a sister or somebody to play with. We have plenty of places for them to live, and I would make sure they have a nice little home. So I'm going to end up on the flag. Go Trump, go USA. Patriots rule. Love ya.